Today, I've got one of those anti-broker messages for you that would be applicable to both employers and employees. Stop buying so much insurance. It's killing your bottom line. It's killing your personal finances at home, or it's reducing your profitability and your ability to properly compensate your employees. This is a really simple fact, folks, but sometimes I think it's good to take a step back and realize that just health care alone is 20% of our US economy. It is staffed with the shrewdest and sharpest, most financially intense minds from Wall Street, from private equity, from the government. Well, okay, sharp minds from the government, maybe. I'll be careful. So look, that's just healthcare. And then you look at all of insurance. It's a massive industry, right? And just remember, the insurance companies exist, whether they're publicly traded or not. They exist to make a profit, right? And they've got incredibly sharp people, actuaries, underwriters, statisticians that have done the math forward and backward a million times over, much more than you or I could ever poke real holes in, right? And they are 100% geared toward making sure that every one of their transactions with you works in their favor. So again, just taking a step back, what is insurance for? It's for transferring those huge unforeseeable risks that we can't foresee away from us. Life insurance, medical insurance, disability insurance. Those are the three things we buy as brokers, right? If you're an independent broker and you have to buy your own insurance, that's what we buy. Those of us in the industry that have done this for an entire career buy, for sure, disability and medical insurance, right? Because those are just incredibly important. There's not much we can do without that. We have to have those. And you may not even need life insurance. You only need life insurance if you still have dependents and you don't have resources should you pass away. At some point, kids get out of college, house gets paid off. You don't need life insurance anymore, in theory, right? Okay, so you can't win this game. The insurance lobby, the insurance laws, the insurance companies are so powerful that you are going to lose every time. You're giving them premium dollars, and you're never going to get back. Well, I shouldn't say never. You are rarely going to get back what you put in. You're trading dollars. You're trading a bad deal. So if you're independent, if you are not employed somewhere, you don't need to buy vision or dental insurance, folks. You're just trading dollars by doing that. Again, unforeseen large risks that you can't predict. That's what insurance is for. Not just, I want a convenience of paying a monthly fee with a premium on it so that I can get cheaper vision and dental visits down the road. It's not the right way to pay for insurance. Now, if you're an employer, you of course want to buy dental and vision because of the crazy tax laws we have. That's a way that you can compensate your employees on a tax-free basis. So I totally get it. We want to buy dental and vision, and of course medical, disability, life. We want to buy those for employees because we can do the vast majority of that on a pre-tax basis. It's a way we can actually compensate our people without having to pay Uncle Sam. That's great. But individuals, man, brokers sell all kinds of stuff. They sell all kinds of voluntary policies and cancer policies and indemnity policies and pet insurance. And look, man, I know this may not be the kindest advice, but if you can't afford to have a pet and to pay for that pet's needs, pet insurance is not a great idea. I mean, you're just going further into debt. Now, I get it. Some people have to have their pet. They couldn't imagine not having their pet. So if you have a pet and you can't afford to pay the vet bills, then you're going to have to get pet insurance. But just know you're killing yourself financially. The insurance lobby has you beat. They're going to win. All of their modeling, 100% entirely, is built upon making money on you. And the more you think you need to buy all of these different insurance products, all of these voluntary extra products, you don't need it, folks. Save that money for yourself. You're going to need it. This country is $34 trillion in debt. We may not even have Social Security and Medicare by the time we get to that age, especially if you're under 50. So put that money aside, save it for yourself. Look, I'm a broker. I'm telling you, I make less money when you buy less of this stuff, and I'm encouraging you to buy less of it. You do not need all this stuff. This stuff preys upon your insecurities and your lack of knowledge about what things really cost. There's 3 things brokers overwhelmingly buy: life, disability, and medical. After that, it's all gravy. Well, vision and dental, we want to buy those through work because we can get pre-tax compensation. That's huge. But all that other stuff, folks, it is not something brokers typically buy. Now, employers, what does this mean to you? Well, it means you don't need to be selling your folks all that stuff, right? That's an industry of stuff that, think about the message, right? We provide you a medical plan, a dental plan, a vision plan, maybe some life and disability. And oh, by the way, you can come over here and talk to these other 1099 people that are selling you something that's quite often 40, 50, 60% commission. That's right. And their message to your employees is subvertly, right? Under the radar, their message is, I know your employer buys you some benefits, but you know what? They're not good enough. You need all this other stuff. You need a cancer policy. You need an indemnity policy. You need pet insurance. You need identity theft protection. You need all these other things because you know what? Your employer just doesn't buy you enough stuff. So I just, again, I'm irreverent. I'm counterintuitive on a lot of this stuff. I've been through this enough to know we in this industry make less money when you buy less of that. And nothing would make me happier than to see you buy less of this stuff. You don't need it. It's oversold. It preys upon people in a lot of senses. So I want to throw that out there. Now, employers specifically, what does this mean for health insurance, right? You have to buy health insurance at some level if you want to recruit, if you want to retain, if you want to comply with Obamacare. It means you need to use as little of an insurance company as possible to buy that health insurance. If you've got 200-300 people, you can self-insure with stop loss, which will only cost you like 1/10 of what a fully insured policy will on the insurance side. Then you're just paying the claims. Then you have control. You are not subjecting yourself on the ground with your jugular showing to the most viciously predatory industry in the United States. You don't want to subject yourself to that. How do you save money with insurance, with benefits? You spend as little as possible on insurance companies and you do as much as possible yourself. And the biggest lie out there, especially in the West, is that, oh, no, you got to have 1,000 employees to self-insure. Bump. That's so bogus, folks. You don't. I have clients that with 200 employees that are self-insuring, and I know with captives, you can self-insure all the way down to 50 employees. You don't need an insurance company to have a great health plan. You can get Wall Street, private equity, and giant pilfering corporations out of your health plan if you've got just 150, 200, 300 employees. We can self-insure your health plan. We will buy stop loss. You will have protection. You will have a worst case scenario. But every time you get in bed with an insurance company, you're losing. That's their business model, right? So just, again, I don't do things like most brokers, folks. I want to be as transparent and truthful and honest as possible. I sell insurance. I get that I have to sell you some insurance. I get it. If you're small enough, you have to buy. If you've got a local HMO that's offering great pricing, let's go. Let's do it. Let's put in a giant deductible and put an HRA underneath it, but let's do it. Do I think you need long-term disability? Hell yeah. Everybody should have long-term disability. Life insurance, most of us need that. The rest of it, self-insure or don't buy it. That's my tip for today. I hope you guys have a fantastic day. I'll see you next time, and that might be at open enrollment.